Hello and welcome to Parent Talk. I'm Aishwarya Lakshmi from grade 11 and today I'm here with Miss Maria deRosario, a writer, blogger and content creator with over 15 years of experience in the field of sales and marketing. She crafts content by profession and stories by passion. Recently, she also led a session with our fourth graders, leaving them inspired and glowing with imagination. Let's get started. So, ma'am, what inspired you to pursue writing along with a successful career in sales and marketing?
So, hi Aishwarya. It wasn't planned, so I was always appreciated for my writing skills. And then I left my job when I became a mom. And so one day I just felt that what if I use my writing skills to reach out to other mothers like me out there? And so that night, I took my phone and started typing just my feelings, my thoughts that were happening generally during the day. And I started a blog, which I released a day or two later. And the interest in what I was writing was overwhelming. There were many people who felt the same. There were many moms like me who felt the same. I think what inspired me and what made me go into writing is when I went back to the workforce and I was looking to join back the workforce, I was able to use those skills to say that I built on my writing skills. And so then I joined the workforce, the sales and marketing job role which came up, which complemented what I was doing as a mom writing. So that was really my inspiration to start writing.
Yes, ma'am. The best things in life are usually those which are not planned, right? I'm sure your motherhood articles would have helped lots of fellow mothers out there, like you said. Which leads me to my next question. How do you balance your corporate role, personal life, and your creative expression so seamlessly, ma'am?
So it's not seamless. There is nothing called as a perfect balance. I think it's all about prioritizing. In my corporate personal life, I tend to put my personal life first and my corporate life. My writing comes in, I'm lucky because my corporate and my personal life, they complement each other. So whenever I get a chance to write, even if it's just for a specific brand, I choose what works for me. So prioritizing and setting what goals I want is very important for that balance.
Yes, ma'am. Values like prioritizing our time are very important to make the most out of imperfect things. My next question for you is you've written extensively on motherhood, ma'am. Is there any particular article or moment which stood out to you the most?
So there are many, but I think the one thing that stood out for me is, as a mother, I felt a bit overwhelmed sometimes. And by writing, by expressing my thoughts, I was able to reach out to a lot of mothers like me. I was able to reach out to a lot of people with my writing. I felt happy. I felt content that I was able to identify with so many people. So that is one thing that stood out for me, especially because I had quit my job. And at one point in time, I felt lost. I was thinking that, all the things I do is I just talk to my son, or I just do stuff for him. But one day I wrote an article called A Mom's Resume. And I mapped everything I do to the skills that I would do as if I was working in an office. So skills like multitasking. I was negotiating with my son. I was multitasking. So all of these things which I put down in that article, it really stayed with me. It made me inspire a lot of moms to think that there's a lot that they can do with their skills, build those skills. And so that's an important moment that stayed with me.
That's so beautiful, ma'am. That sounds like a really beautiful idea. Combining professional ethics with motherhood and personal life. It sounds like a perfect blend, ma'am. I'd love to read it if I got the chance.
Definitely, definitely.
So, next up, I'd like to ask you a question about the session you held with our fourth graders, ma'am. So, what was the one thing that they did which impressed you a lot?
So, one of the things that struck me was their creativity and imagination. So, when I walked into the class, I didn't know what I was up for, but their thought process really blew my mind. I didn't have to give them too much, except the only thing I told them was you don't have to think of once upon a time. Write a story without thinking about once upon a time or a long time ago, and the thoughts that came out, the ideas that they poured out. I went back and read every single story that they wrote, and each one had a different take on what I had asked them, which was very creative. Even when they were writing, I was looking at each child intently. There was not one person who was, feeling like it's a monotonous task or, bored. They were all intently thinking, what should they write? Some of them wrote 2 pages, some of them wrote 3 pages. So, I told them write a paragraph, and they came up with, 2 pages, which was very nice to see children in fourth grade coming up with the with those ideas.
Yes, ma'am. Writing is truly an impactful skill, and our students here at SSVM know about that skill at a very young age. So, as long as it's our SSVM students, you'll be getting more and more pleasant surprises like this, I can assure you. So, my next question is related to the audience who are watching this program. What advice would you give parents or teachers who want to help their child open up and write more freely?
So I always think of writing as a candy wrapper. Um, when a child will always grab a candy, they don't know what's inside. It can be a milk chocolate, it can be anything, but they will always grab it because the wrapper is, it's very exciting, it's very nicely
Marketing technique.
marketed. So writing is the same. It's always how we present writing to our children. In my own experience, I have made mistakes as well. We tend to be very picky about grammar. We tend to be very picky about spelling. I think also a lot of us tend to be picky about how our children characterize when they write. So, for example, when a child is writing about a three-eyed unicorn, we tend to say, don't write about that. That nobody's going to believe it. Write about a cat, write about a dog. We should stop boxing those ideas for kids. We should give them a chance to to be creative by opening out thoughts for them, the thought process. So we can start small, writing letters to friends. So that's one thing I really hope we as parents tend to do that. Writing letters to friends, to your siblings, even writing letters to your parents, writing a recipe, small things like that will really give your child the interest rather than making it a mundane task. Another great way is, a lot of children like drawing, but you can inculcate writing into drawing by asking them to write little comic strips explaining what their drawing is all about. Those are very small ways in which we can make writing more interesting. Or one last thing that I think will make writing interesting is, make your child write every day, but let it be something that they are interested in. So if they have a story that they like, they can take a page from the story and just write the same thing. That gives them a love for writing. Also, keeping a lot of stationery items at home is bound to make your child really interested in writing.
Ma'am, those were some amazing ideas, ma'am. I'm sure our parents and teachers will incorporate it both in school and at home. And like you said, writing letters is such a beautiful way to show both your affection and at the same time improve your writing skills. With more of mobile phones and digital devices these days, I'm sure it's going down a lot.
Yeah.
But then earlier times, kids had access to letters, which increased their bond as well as their writing skills. So this has to be a point which is clearly noted by all the parents and teachers. My last question of the day, ma'am, is what advice would you give to young writers who are just starting their storytelling journey?
So that's very important. So writing every day is very, very important. So My father used to tell me, write one page a day and you can have a story, many stories by the end of your life. With tools like AI and chat GPT and so many things that are making writing so easy that people do not want to think anymore. Write your own experiences. That's what matters, because AI can never replace what your experiences are. When you write from your heart, that is what will eventually touch and reach out to other people. I think also very important thing is maintaining a log or a blog. You don't have to think about what you write. It can be an experience that happened to you. It can be something in the news that caught your attention. It can be just a paragraph on something that you saw and you want to talk about. So just to give you an example, just a few days ago I saw a peacock, and it just inspired me to write a small little article about it. How the peacock lives in my house, and how we feed it and how it bothers us a lot as well. So, small things that bring out humor, love, sadness. So, writing every day, the discipline of writing every day is very important. So, as a budding writer, the only thing that will get you to be a better writer is to keep a journal, a blog, just a book, writing down your thoughts every day.
True, ma'am. Thank you so much for your journey, warmth, and wisdom today, ma'am. You're not just an inspiration, you are a reminder to all of us about what a powerful impact storytelling can have both in parenting and in life. For our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope today's episode inspires you to pick up a pen, spark a story, or simply support someone else's creative expression. Until next time, this is Aishwarya Lakshmi from grade 11, signing off of Parent Talk, brought to you by SSVM Institutions.